The Pentagon is making a major shift in how it educates America's future military leaders. Woke is out and warriors are in. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth cutting ties with elite universities, including Harvard and Princeton.
The goal is to determine whether or not they actually deliver cost-effective strategic education for future senior leaders when compared to, say, public universities and our military graduate programs. At the War Department, we will strive to maximize taxpayer value in building lethality to establish deterrence. It's that simple.
The Secretary of War says that the move is all about restoring strength to our armed forces, warning woke ideology is undermining our military readiness.
Joining us now, Hillsdale College President Dr. Arnn. Larry, thank you for joining us, Doctor. As we think about all these changes, this really isn't about return on investment, is it? It's about the values that you're instilling at Hillsdale, correct?
That's right. Yeah, we don't take any money from the government. So whatever we do for training military officers, and we do some of it now, probably going to do more now, the government doesn't pay for it. We pay for it. And that's because what does a military officer need to know? He needs to know what everybody needs to know. The Army is about life and death, and we all have life and we all die. So a leader in the military especially needs to be good at figuring out what life is for, and therefore why you would sacrifice your life. And so you have to study the best things. You have to study history and politics and philosophy and theology. And we teach those things, and we teach them a lot to military people at Hillsdale College.
Larry, what kind of conversations have you had with the Secretary of War or leadership within the Pentagon about the shift away from these Ivy League schools and a push toward real education for our future military leaders?
Well, I've had two with him in my life, one in the last hour. He's a fighter, and I don't know him well, but I like him. I very much admired that all-hands-on-deck, hour-long speech he gave without a note about how we're going to get in shape and we're going to fight. We're going to be ready to go. And sure enough, you know, especially you can see in that rescue in Iran the other day, there were enormous obstacles. Many things went wrong, and we got the guy. And that's because the people were very determined at risk of their lives. And so he's all over that. And I think he's doing an excellent job myself. I mean, we need to win this war, and we haven't won it yet, but fought well so far. And so, yeah, I admire him very much. And then the spirit of what he said was, you know, how can you lay down your life for a country if you don't know what it means and understand the good in it? And that's the thing, right? History is the study of what happened. America is one of the most important things that ever happened. It's a human thing. It's got its flaws, but its glories are what are significant about it. You have to know the flaws to understand the glories. Right. And that means you need the whole story. And they're not teaching that these days.
No.
Doctor, I'm curious, and you may not be able to disclose it, but how did you and the Secretary come into contact, and how are you now the center of attention moving away from Harvard and Princeton? Besides all the woke ideologies, how did you end up at the center of this?
Well, we run our college a certain way for 182 years now. We had more young men fight in the Civil War on the Union side than any non-military college, except Yale, actually, give them credit. They were older and larger than we back then. We won 4 Congressional Medals of Honor over the course of our college history. I'm told by the Marine Corps that we are the most fruitful single source, pound for pound, measured by enrollment, of any source of Marine officers in the country. And that's because we believe in the country, we study it, we understand it, and we think it's in danger, and we should rally to it and help it. So that's the larger story. My knowing the Secretary is a more accidental story. I've just been to a couple places where he was, including within the last hour. And I got a chance to tell him, not long ago, I really admired the spirit he brings to the job.
Agree.
I've studied Winston Churchill all my life. I know quite a lot about him. I helped to write the official biography of Winston Churchill. And Churchill was a fighter who believed in freedom. and believed that fighting was not for its own sake, but for the sake of something else. And people should go watch on YouTube that hour-long thing the secretary said when he got all the generals. I mean, he said a lot of tough things. We're not going to have any more fat generals, he said. and he's vigorous, right? Very martial. And he himself is a martial man, and he's in shape. And so, yeah, you got to admire that. And, whatever you think about the war, it shouldn't be very difficult to figure out whose side you're on. We need to win.
Yeah, it seems to be a challenge these days.
Yeah, that's right. And that's a shame, right? I mean, look, there are crazy movements in America that are standing up for Iran today, but they have no principle in them that would support the kind of regime that the Iranians are running. The Iranian people groan under them.
Right.
Including, the many favored groups in America today. They are especially afflicted in that place.
Right. Well, Doctor, thank you for your leadership and the work that you're doing to help lead our military. Appreciate that.
Thank you both for your work, too.